Hey there, welcome back to Ask Amy. Question today from Lisa. Lisa says, I'm overweight and I've spent many years failing to do the things that I know will move me to health. I understand that eat chocolate is just a thought and that I don't need to believe it, but equally so is eat broccoli. Exactly. Action does need to be taken, eating well and exercising and sleeping well, etc. What I can't really get over or through intellectually right now is how it's okay to follow these healthy thoughts and actions, but not necessary to follow thoughts that aren't in line with my goals. I'm not sure what you mean there, Lisa, but I think it's not about, see if you can kind of move away from what's okay and not okay, because that's only your mind deciding what's okay and not okay. In terms of the goals you want to lose weight, your mind will say these things are okay, these things are not okay, but they're not really okay or not okay. Chocolate is not worse than broccoli or better than broccoli, and it's all just what the mind sees of things. So just hold that. I know I haven't gotten to your question yet, but just hold that it's okay, this is not okay, very loosely, because that's just this. That's just a mind telling you what's okay and not okay, and that's not true. She says, is it because the healthy actions are in line with my inner wisdom, that stuff you just know inside? In fact, my years of poor nutrition and lack of movement have just moved my body away from its natural healthy state. So, no, your body's not away. Well, again, in terms of the weight that you want and what's considered a healthy weight and all of that, your body may not be there. But what I want you to see, your health is there. Your body still knows how to communicate with you. It is still communicating with you all the time. And we do start listening to our mind a lot. And so at some point, maybe our mind says, you don't like this feeling. You can't handle that. This isn't okay. And then it finds a way to help you avoid feeling. And that might be chocolate, and it might be food. And over time, your mind then starts to associate, pretty quickly really, your mind starts to associate those foods with comfort. With, when I eat this, I don't have to feel. Now you, Lisa, aren't doing that, but your mind is. So that's why in just a little bit of time, when we're afraid of feeling, we're, not even afraid, we're conditioned to not want to feel stuff. Our mind comes in to help with that task, and it gives us puts all kinds of things in the way that says, do this instead of feeling, and then those start to look like things that we like. Then we wake up at some point and say, whoa, look at my health. Why do I think I'm addicted, as some people would say, to chocolate or sugar or carbs or whatever? And it truly looks like those are our preferences and that's what we like and the other stuff isn't. That is our experience, but only because our mind over so long to try to prevent us from feeling has just kind of, found those as little safety nets. And then that becomes kind of conditioned in how things start to look. So it's not that your body is lost. It's not that your health in the ultimate sense, Lisa, can possibly be damaged. It can't. It hasn't and it can't, not even possible. But these mental habits kind of get in the way, and then we just get kind of conditioned, and we start to gravitate toward the things we gravitate toward and away from the other things. And that's all okay. That's happened for all of us in so many areas of life. We just want to start to see how that's happened. So this is where your curiosity, Lisa, gets to come in. And you get to say, wow, it sure as heck feels like sitting down at the end of a long week with some food or whatever feels good. But let me be curious about that. It may be my experience that it feels good, but how? Is it that food that's doing it? Is it like, what's going on here? Could it be that that's just a conditioned association? And if it is, then we can just be curious about that too. Like, what if I don't even like these foods the way I think I do? I've gone through that. Many people have gone through that kind of thing. What if this activity or behavior or whatever is actually not as comforting as my mind tells me it is? Because a lot of times, especially when it's food or alcohol or substance related, it's not so comfortable, really. When you really look at it, it does not necessarily feel good to drink a whole bottle of wine or eat a whole pint of ice cream. Like, when we slow down and actually feel, we learn a lot. But your mind won't tell you that. Your mind will say, you need it, you love it, oh, this is how you relax, you deserve it, all the stuff minds say, and that's, again, because the mind is so smart, and it just finds ways to get us to do what it thinks is best for us. Ultimately, what is safest and what helps us avoid feeling is what the mind is going for. So she says, I listened to the podcast about body image, which does apply to me to some extent, but I have high blood sugar, aching joints, etc., and I know I'm not currently at a healthy weight for me. This week, since I've been exposed to your materials, I've felt lighter and happier, and I've been way more consistent with the healthy actions, which is great. It has unlocked such a lot for me, so thank you. I hope this question makes sense. It's very hard to articulate some of the insights I've had, so that makes your work even more amazing. It's hard for everyone to articulate, and I love that you've seen some things. What you said here, Lisa, is it. Now, again, a mind is going to hate this because it doesn't give you a diet plan or it doesn't give you step by step, but this is it. Yes, I hear you. You have some physical stuff that you would love to be different. You want to have a healthier body and a healthier diet. Wonderful. This week, since I've been exposed to your materials, I felt lighter and happier, and I've been way more consistent with the healthy actions. That's what I want you to see. And I'm not saying go binge on my material. It's not about my material at all, and that's going to be the thing. But here's what's happening. We go through every day listening to this constantly, saying there's a problem, do this, fix the problem, do that, avoid this, you ate too much. And we're so wrapped up in this, and it weighs us down literally and mentally and emotionally, and we feel horrible. And when we feel horrible, this comes in with more solution. I know, just relax with some food, right? It's a big cycle. But what you're seeing has nothing to do with you solving a weight problem. It has nothing to do with you bringing in more willpower. It has nothing at all to do with you deciding to do something different about your health. What you're saying is, I've just been looking in a new direction. Whatever you've taken in or took in this week, you've been just pointed to a new direction. You are healthy, and you think. Every human on earth is health, and there's thought there. All feeling is safe. It's safe to feel it. Feeling what's arising is our way through everything. Everything. You will be in complete freedom to the extent that we're like, hey, bring it on. I'll feel anything that shows up. Now that's my quick little summary of it, but on some level, whatever you've been seeing, Lisa, or listening to, or watching, or reading, or whatever you're doing, you say right here, I've been lighter and happier, and I've been making different food choices. When we feel good, when we're not pressuring, when we're not trying to fix or solve a problem, when we don't think we're broken, we do make better choices. It does not mean you only eat broccoli and you avoid chocolate. Not at all. Not at all. But you do what makes sense. Like, that has never left you, and it never will leave you. The ability to just be lived, follow common sense, follow a hunch, do what occurs to you to do, eat what you eat, and move on. That has never left. And that for me is the diet. That's the recipe for how we find, we kind of get back to our natural health. Does not mean that your weight is going to be what your mind has fantasized it should be. Your body knows what your weight needs to be. But when we're in life in that way, fresh in the moment, willing to feel it, open to it, following hunches, it's hard to get really far from our physical health in that state, because we're getting so much feedback along the way. When you eat too much, it doesn't feel good. When you're bored, or another reason we might go eat that's other than hunger, you're onto that. You feel it. You're okay with feeling it. You can kind of see how every little step along the way is leading your body to just its natural state of thriving more and more when we're in this state. So that's your answer, and it came from you. You saw it, Lisa. I think our mind just thinks like, oh, I need, someone else to really tell me what it is. But it's that simple. We get happy, we get free, we see more about how life works, and a lot of things start thriving in bigger ways. And again, it doesn't mean they thrive in the way that our mind decided they would. It doesn't mean if you decided, I want to be the CEO of my company because then people will respect me, that you're going to get happier and lighter in life and suddenly become CEO, because that might not even make sense to you anymore. Same with a specific weight or body goal. Like maybe your body is never meant to be 120 pounds. Maybe 160 is where your body likes to be. Fine. Who cares, right? But it's in the living in the moment and feeling and leaning into what's there that all of that starts to just naturally right itself. Everything kind of lives. And again, just look at children. I mean, children are just the most perfect example of this. They have all kinds of different activity level and body size and preferences and personalities, and they just haven't learned to think it's all wrong yet. So it all gets to flourish and shine without them being hard on themselves and then kind of, getting in their own way. So I hope this speaks to your question and is helpful. Please let me know and keep doing whatever you're doing, because you're seeing and feeling the effects of it. So thank you guys so much for listening. Send your questions to askamy@thelittleschoolofbigchange.com, and I'll see you back here next Monday. Bye, everyone.